It is officially a new year. It is 2025, and that means it's time to come up with a new doll wish list. I have one here, and I'm going to be sharing it with you today. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Ryn, and welcome to Ryn.the.Dragon, where I collect things, especially dolls. My second channel is linked down below. Let's get into it. I am first going to do the doll wish list last year. We're going to do like a recap. I'm just going to tell you how many of them did I actually manage to get last year. I did a pretty good job, honestly. I think there was only like a handful of things that I didn't get, but let's go over it. Before I actually go over the doll wish list from last year, I do want to say that all except for one of them have a video where I show them or unbox them on my channel from last year. So if you want to check them out, they're on my channel. Just gotta go look for them. I want to just make this really quick, otherwise I would tell you exactly what video they were in, but I'm just going to send you to peruse previous videos. So the beginning of when I made my list for 2024, it was before I bought any dolls. And by the time the video actually came, I had already ordered 3 of them. I ordered Gulia, G3 Gulia, G3 Venus, and then I ordered the 2-pack of Claude and Deuce, the holiday edition. So I got all of those. And then we're going to go over the ones since then. The Mulan 25th anniversary doll I did get. I got the Aurora 65th anniversary. I got the 1999 Jane Porter doll. I did not get the Tarzan and Jane 2-pack from 1999. I tried in the summer to get them, I think more than once. I was unsuccessful, so I would like to get them this year, but they're not on the wish list. I got the Wednesday Enid and Raven Dance dolls. I got the Philip Funko Pop that came out. His first ever Funko Pop came out, and I pre-ordered him, and then I unboxed him. Technically, I mean, he's still in his box. And then I did not get the Jane Porter 25th anniversary doll. She is my Roman Empire. I think about her every day. I think about how I wish she was in my house every day. And within the next 5 years, she will be in my house. I'm giving myself I'm going to be working towards her, but she's $600. And that's the low end. And I just can't bring myself to spend that this year. But she is going to be on the wish list until I don't have her on the wish list, until she's in my house. So I didn't get her this last year. I did get an Enid Funko Pop. I got the Raven Dance Funko Pop, and I also got the 2 of them together with their stained glass window. The Refresh. Refresh is one of my big fails from 2024, but it's not really a big fail because now they're on sale, and I didn't have to pay full price for them. But I didn't get Claudine, I didn't get Frankie, and I didn't get Laguna. And Laguna was one of my favorites. I got Cleo, and she's in the background. If I were to rank them, even though I don't have all of them, it was Cleo number 1, and then it was Laguna, and then it's Drac, and then it's Frankie, and then it's Claudine. Claudine, for some reason, I'm not a big fan of her G3 dolls. And I think it's because her style is not my style, and I'm just not a big fan. Another one I'm not a big fan of is Laguna. So Laguna being number 2, and the Refresh is she is amazing. She is a favorite. Next up, I got the first wave and the second wave of the Creep reductions, so that counts as 8. 9 dolls? Yeah, 9 dolls. So I got all 9 of those. And then the Magic Mixies Pixlings, I got 3 out of the 4 that I said I was going to get. I got the dragon, the fawn, and the butterfly. I did not get the fairy one. Honestly, I would have preferred getting the fairy one over the butterfly one. But the butterfly one, I think it was like a Walmart exclusive and it was on sale when I got her. And I never, like, the fairy one escaped me. And I think she's just going to not be in my collection. If I'm being completely honest, while I love the Magic Mixies Pixlings, the dolls, I don't enjoy the process of unboxing them. Because I have, both times I've done it, I've managed to get water in it, and it's a mess. And while I've one had like a tray the first time, second time I just did it on my bed in this very spot, I just don't enjoy it. So I don't want to get too many of them. I think I have 6 that I want to get out of the ones that have come out. Maybe like 9, which is it's still a good chunk of them. But I can't see myself getting too many of them, and I have to be selective on the ones that I want to get. I think so. Oh, Angelica, Berlinda, Helexa, and then the 3 gimmick ones. Flit, what are they? Dearly, and I can't think of the other one with like the long hair one. And those 3 I want to get, and then the other 3 I mentioned. They're not on the doll wish list, but those are the 6 that I'm like gonna try to get, and then the rest of them, it depends. I can see myself getting them or not getting them. I can go either way for the rest of them, but those 6 I really do want. And then the last doll that is on the wish list was Operetta. Operetta actually became a Fang member doll, and I do have that doll. And it was actually crazy. I think I might have mentioned in her video was that I wanted the skating one, Roller Maze, Operetta. I had put her in my cart sometime in 2023, and she worked her way over that year, getting to the bottom of my cart. To the top of my cart, there's 100 items. Got to the bottom of my cart. She stayed there for months, and then a couple months after I made that video, she sold. I think it could have been around the time that she actually went up for pre-order, or like you can order her on Mattel, that she got sold. Because when I went to my cart and I went to something was like in my cart that I couldn't put in my cart, I was like, oh, she's gone, and I was very sad. But I do plan on getting that. She's just not on the wish list this year. I'm gonna start slouching because my spine hurts sitting upright, so just know that the good posture is gone. I tried. Some dolls that are not on the wish list, but I'm going to be getting them anyway. At this point, like, the doll wish list are just things that I would like to get. The ones that aren't on the wish list doesn't mean I'm not going to get them, but they're kind of a need. They're not a need, obviously, but they're a need for me. And that I'm going to get the Real Dramas. They're restocking, and so I would like to get those. And then we're getting like Cleo, and I'm very excited to get a Cleo. I'm really excited about getting the Cleos. I have ideas for them, and I'm just like so excited to see them in my house, especially since like the one I got, I have a Draculaura technically, and she has wonky eyes. And I asked my sister, like, would you mind if I got like a replacement for her because she does have wonky eyes? And she was like, no, that means I get to keep her. And I was like, period. So I have her blessing to get a new Draculaura. Hopefully this one doesn't have wonky eyes, because that would break my heart. And so them, and then I would like to get the wave 3 of the Creeproductions that are coming out. I'm very excited about them because Operetta's in that one, I think. I'm pretty sure. And Nephra, I have wanted Nephra since I got back into collecting dolls. I've been like, I was like scrolling eBay religiously looking for her. I saw one where she had like, she was expensive. She was like fully complete. She was complete, but her leg was laying on the table next to her, not attached to her body, and she was like $70. And I was like, I guess I'm never gonna own one because I can't see myself spending $70 on a doll who's already broken. And so I'm just like, I really want to. I have enough in my collection now from, what is it called? I can't remember. Her and her sister 2-pack. But I would like to get the core one. I think we're also getting the twins. I think we're getting. Anyway, I want to get the whole line of the refresh. Not the creep reductions. But those aren't on Doll Wishlist. I'm just talking about them right now because I think I mentioned them in my wish list. I mentioned them in my wish list last year, and I'm talking about them again because they're a given at this point. I'd rather get the $25 ones in box than trying to get the out of box ones for 30 over. Like, they become very expensive. Like, I think Operetta at one, I saw one for like $70. And yeah, they are the older ones. I don't care how old or new they are. Honestly, I don't. Whether I get a creep reduction or an original, I'm not selling them or anything. It's not like bragging rights. I want them in my house, and so I'm going to be trying my best to get them. And so, yeah, the wish list, I wanted to do something very different with the wish list than last year. I kind of wanted to explore and kind of go back to my roots where I was like shopping on eBay, looking for good deals and like scrounging around and doing all that, playing on eBay versus trying to get all of them being Playline or any. I don't even know. Let me look at this wish list again. Yeah, I think all of them are like Playline for the most part. I mean, like 2 of them are like not. Something else before we actually go into the wish list. A lot of the collector dolls have been released, and like which ones, like the lineup and what we're getting. Most of the ones I'm not gonna be trying to get, which is great because that's $85, $86 to $100 of money that I can spend on the dolls that I'm actually trying to get. I didn't see too many that I was just like, oh, I need to get these, because I don't actually watch horror movies. I I'm not into like horror movies. So like when they have a horror movie doll, like they have a Megan doll coming out. Never seen Megan. I don't need that doll. It's like when like the Anne, I can't remember the name of the doll, but she was sitting on a chair in like her box. That doll, I didn't need that doll, and I didn't try to get that one. And didn't try to get the lake doll that actually came out on my birthday. I didn't try to get that one either. So I'm just like, no, if I don't feel called to that doll, or like I don't know like the lore behind it, I don't really want to get it. Not for every single doll. I'm not trying to get too many collectors, because this collectors, all of my doll fund tend to go to that, and I would like to spend my money on other dolls. It just depends on if I like the doll, but most of the time, if I don't know who the characters are, I'm gonna try to avoid them and just spend my money on a eBay doll, like a secondhand doll. But now, actually getting into the 2025 doll wish list, I actually took the pictures of the dolls. I went on Google before I filmed this video. I wasn't going to, and to be honest, I actually filmed this video 3 times. This is the 3rd time. The first time, the mic wasn't working. Something happened with the mic. Second time, I actually got to the first phase of editing. I finished the first phase, which is like cutting it down, because it was like an hour and 15 minutes and I got it down to 50. But I kind of changed my mind on those dolls. I was really thinking, oh, wow, there's these other dolls that I really want to get, and I think they should be on the doll wish list versus just getting a bunch of Playline. I don't even know what was on that list. Give me a second. Yeah, I think that one had a lot of Playline on it, and Playline are dolls that I do want to get, but again, I'm going to be waiting for them to be on sale. I do want to talk about in a separate video dolls that are coming out that I do want and I don't want, all in like one video. I kind of got inspired by fairy tale dolls. Not gonna lie, I was just like, oh, that's a very interesting like video, because I would like to. I'm like really like pushing before I actually talk about the doll wish list. I apologize for that, but there are like a lot of thoughts that I've been wanting to say. That I do want to do some doll videos that I don't necessarily have to unbox a doll in a video. I can still talk about dolls, and so coming up with ideas because I don't want to be like tell you all the news about the new dolls, but just talking about the dolls that are coming out if I want them or don't want them, and like, but making it one video where I talk about dolls I don't want and then talk about dolls I do want, and making it one video instead of two videos because I know if I make it two videos, one is going to happen like quick sooner than the other, and the other one's going to be like 6 months late, and it's just like I'm going to have to make it one video to make it easier. Plus, I have to make sure I have the pictures before I actually start filming, so that I can actually like it's easier for me to like put them in the video versus what I have had to do with like my one video that I'm still like editing. But I would like to make some videos where I'm not unboxing a doll, but I'm still talking dolls. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Let's just get into the actual like doll wish list. Number one on the list is the Masquerade, Bratz Masquerade. I have like a theme for my dolls, not necessarily on purpose, but it's kind of like which dolls speak to me. And it's like monsters, fairy tales, or movies, stuff like that. And because that is like my theme, the masquerades kind of fit in there because I have like the costume balls from Rainbow High. I'm doing that because they're over there. I have the costume ball, and like I love when they have like an element of like Halloween, and so having the Halloween like outfits, and they're like, oh, this one's a vampire, and in my brain, yeah, that's a vampire. No quotes, you know. And oh look, there's a mermaid. Yeah, that's a mermaid. There's a mermaid. There's a mermaid. The Masquerade line. I discovered it last year, and I had opportunity to get a couple of the boy dolls, which are very elusive. I will say they were in my cart at one point, but they were expensive, and I was like, I was either like doing other things or I was like entering my doll buying band, which I was not very successful with. But I didn't end up getting them, and they got sold. But that's something that I would like to try to do, just pay attention to that thing, pay attention to those. Another doll that's not on the doll wish list, but I would like to get the Pretty and Punks this year. I had the opportunity to get Sasha for $20 because she was like for sale for $20 for months last year, and I didn't because I wasn't trying to collect them at that time. I should have got her anyway, and I knew I was like I should get her right now, shouldn't I? But I think like with the way like my money was set up, I couldn't, and I was just like trying to do other things at the time. And then now on eBay, she's $130. And I know you got that. I know you bought her when she was $20. So what's the dealio? Why is she now 120? I don't know. The other ones aren't as high. Honestly, I was waiting for them to go down in price. That's another thing. I was waiting for them to go down in price, and I was going to grab them. And then I needed to do a bunch of other things, and it didn't work out. So I'm gonna try and get them this year. But I do beat myself up for not getting Sasha when I had the chance. Anyway, going back to the list, Bratz Masquerade. I would like to get them. Next, Cinderella. Cinderella is my number 3 Disney princess. First is Aurora, then it's Mulan, then it's Cinderella. And I don't have her as a doll yet, which is like upsetting because I'm like, I love Cinderella. I love her like remakes. Like she's a very, like her and Belle are very easy to bring to modern times and retell the stories over and over again. And I just loved watching all the remakes, the modern versions of her story as a kid. I watched the Drew Barrymore, I watched the Selena Gomez, I watched the Lucy Hale, I watched the Hilary Duff, I watched the Brandy. Brandy is the first one I watched. I watched the Brandy, and then I watched the like Cinderella 2, the cartoon version. That's what I watched before I ever even watched the first Cinderella. The one from she's turning 75 this year. So like 75 years ago, the one that came out 75 years ago, I didn't watch that one until like I was a teenager. So I watched every other version before I watched that one. And then I watched the live action one. And so I was like, I've watched a ton. I think the only one I haven't watched is the one with the singer who's in Fifth Harmony, whatever her name is. I can't think of it right now. I love Cinderella, and I'm putting it out here right now. If you see this doll, just know that I am going to be putting it in my cart and I'm buying her immediately. because if she has a pink dress, if the 75th anniversary doll has the pink dress, guys, I want it so bad. Because the 75th, no, not 75th, they've already had her limited edition with her peasant dress, and they've already, I'm pretty sure they've done her at least once with her, like, iconic silver dress that people, like, for some reason, they make blue now. Like, they've already done those two. So the only one left is that one. And I want it so bad, and that's, like, number one on the list. But there's also, like, getting the live action movie doll, the Mattel version, because the Mattel version looks so good. And there's also, like, just if they don't have the pink dress one come out for her 75th, then at least getting the, like, Playline doll from, like, way back when she's wearing her pink dress, because I love the pink dress. I love that it has a story that it was her mom's and she wanted to wear it. And even, like, the live action was kind of funny. Like, she said, she told Fairy Godmother that she, like, loved this dress, it was her mom's, and she wanted to wear it to the dance, and then the lady completely changes it. And I'm like, what? Like, me and my sister were just like, she said she wanted to wear that dress because it was reminded of her mom. She wanted her mom to be there when she goes to this ball, and you completely change the dress. And yes, she's wearing her mom's dress, but she's not. It's a completely different dress. Anyway, the dress was beautiful, but it wasn't the one that her mom wore. Anyway, I would like to get a Cinderella, if possible, all three of the ones I talked about. But I would just like to get a Cinderella because she is a favorite. There's, like, I think there's, like, 4, technically 5, 17-inch, like, Disney dolls that I want. I think my sister's gonna get one of them, so I'm just like technically 5, but it's gonna be 4. And the other one is Esmeralda, which she should be on this list. So we'll just talk about it right now, really quick. Was I a big fan of the Hunchback of Notre Dame? No. Was I a big fan of Esmeralda? Yes, as a kid. Remember I was, like, a small child, and I had, like, the pajamas, and I had her on my pajamas, like her and Pocahontas. Those two girls, I love them so much. And Pocahontas turns 30 this year, so those two girls, I love them so much, and if I can get them too. But anyway, got off topic. Let's do number 3. We're only 3, and then I made it 20. But this video is going to be a little long. I'm going to yap about dolls. And so the next one is Bratzillas. The first one I want to get is, like, the pink, black, and white doll. I don't know her name. I don't need to know it right now. But I want the Bratzillas. I think they're cute. I don't need to get every single one. But there's, like, the ones where they're wearing that little tiny little witch hats. Those are the ones I want. That line. If I just got that line, I'd be satisfied. I'd be like, okay, I got that line. I want the pink and black one first, though. I think she's the Chloe, like, variant. Like, she's like the Chloe, like, you get what I'm trying to say. Like, she's the Chloe one. Like, there's Bratz, and then the Bratzillas, and then that's Chloe, and that's her Chloe version. Anyway, that's the one I want to get first, but I would like to get that whole, like, line. I don't even know how many there are. I would like to get them. I think they're stunning. Because they also come to that element of bringing Monster High and, like, Costume Ball. Like, they're that, except they're, like, witches, and I love it. I think they're cute. I think all of them have, like, the microchromia dual, when they have the 2 eyes that are different colors. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that thing. And I'm just like, they're so cool. They're so cool. And I think, or at least one of them does. I don't think all of them do. Not the point. I'm sidetracking every single time I open my mouth. I'm filming this at, like, 1:40. It's 1:40 right now. So I'm a.m. I never film at 1 a.m. But I decided to, like, start filming the this because I was very excited to film it. Plus, this is the third time I'm filming it, and I want it out pretty soon. So yeah, I'm a little like buzzed up. I'm never this buzzed up in the morning, but at night it's my time. Number 4, Lord of the Rings. Now, we all know I love Lord of the Rings because I have like the Legolas doll, I have a Legolas poster, and once I discovered these dolls, I just needed them. And I'm not even talking about like the same like Barbie dolls. That's been on the list since the beginning of time. Beginning of time they've been on the list. But they have, if you watched what I got my family for Christmas, I got my sister an Arwen doll. It's about like this tall, and I discovered that they have a good chunk of the cast as dolls, and that means there's a Legolas one, which I obviously need, and I just wanted to get them. They have an Eowyn. I'm pretty sure they have a Galadriel. I can't remember. And I want to get those dolls. And they weren't, like, the ones I've been seeing have not been that expensive. They have some that are a little bit more expensive. But the one I got for my sister was like 15 plus shipping, which is like maybe like 20, under $25, like $25 or less. And I was like, that's a very good price. Actually, wait, no, that's a lie. I think she was $1 and then $15 shipping. So she was like $16, $17. I was like, that's a nice price. I bid on her and forgot about her. And that's like my motto now. Bid and then forget. And if you get it, you got it. And so I would like to get Lord of the Rings ones. And if I can get one for my birthday, like, I'm not giving myself too much of timelines, but there's some dolls that I would like to get for my birthday. Also, before I go too much into this, I do want to say, like, I know like my birthday doll hauls are kind of like long, and I start working on them in January. But I'm also in the market for a new thing to record on that I can also edit on. And so I would like to get that within the first 6 months of the year. In the other 6 months of the year, work on getting laptops. I'm saving up for both of those things. And so the list, the dolls might be not as much. We're gonna see what we can do. Honestly, that's another reason why I need to like work on like videos that I don't necessarily have to buy dolls for, so that I can like save up for things that I need to make my content better, to better my content, to better the quality of my content, all of that. Anyway, number 5, there's this brand that I think is like compete with Monster High, and that's Mystiques. And I saw them. Someone mentioned them in a video, and I was very intrigued by them. So I went looking them up, and I was like, "Oh, okay, you guys are kind of cute." And they have like a vampire line. There's like 4. There's like a pink one, a green one, a blue one, and a purple one, I think. And if I can get those 4, I'd be satisfied. I'd be like, "Oh, okay." And I found one on Walmart for $25, and I'm like, oh, cart. So I might buy that before this video's up. So, yes. 6 and 7 are going to go hand in hand because I love Batman. Yes, I'm wearing an Avengers top, but my favorite superhero is Batman. And while Batman doesn't necessarily have a decent amount of dolls, Catwoman does. She has quite a few dolls, and I would like to get them. Yeah. And I bought an Edward to make into Batman because Edward has become Batman since 2022. And that movie's not even coming out until 2027, I think. It keeps getting pushed back, and I'm like, you guys want me to be 45 years old before that movie comes out? Because I think December, they had just finished a script or something. And I was like, are you kidding me? I've been waiting since 2022, and you guys are taking forever. And my sister's like, no, it means it's going to be really good. And I'm like, yeah, but it could be hot garbage, and I would love it. Anyway, so I would like to get Batman and Catwoman as dolls. They do have like the 1960s Batman as dolls, and the Catwoman is really cute from the 1960s. I'm pretty sure 60s or 70s or 80s. I don't know the time span, honestly. Whatever time span that the dolls are, I think they're cute, and I want them. And they also have other dolls, like there's a Barbie one, there's Living Dead ones, and so any and all of them, if possible. Number 8, and number 7 was Batman. Number 8, Bratz Genie Magic. I it's going to be near impossible or so expensive to get all of the line, because I think there's a Chloe, a Jade, a Yasmin, and a Katya. I'm not sure if Sasha got a doll or not. I can't remember, but I would at least like to get Katya. And I think, and Katya also has this cute little like genie bottle like playset thing, and I'm like, so that's if I could just get Katya, because Katya is the character that is like the main, like not the main character, but she's a new character in that line, in that movie. And if I could get her as a doll, I would be satisfied. In a perfect world, I would also get Jade. Actually, in the perfect world, I get all of them. But in a slightly better world, I would also get Jade. But I know Jade is gonna be like pretty expensive, and I can just like hold off on trying to get her. I don't necessarily need to get her, but I do need to get a Katya. Number 9. This is going to be another relatively expensive one, but I have seen some that are like less expensive, and that is the Monster High Frightfully Tall dolls. Why do I want them? When I first discovered they existed, I was like, I need these. And then I was seeing the prices, and I'm like, I need them. Kind of less. But I do want them. Every time I see them, I'm like, ugh. And then when I look over at my 17-inch Maddie doll from Ever After High, I'm like, no, I need them. I really need them. So that's like a goal I would like to get, like work on getting them. Because I think they're really cool, and like they're tall, and all of my other dolls are like short. I do have like my 18-inch American Girl, but those aren't the same, on the same like level. But I would like to get them. That's like a dream. That's what the Doll Wishlist is really for. It's like dolls that I wish I had in my collection, versus dolls that I'm like, oh yeah, I love these, I want them. Those like, it's kind of like more extreme levels of wish. Like, I wish I was there when they came out and I got them then. I don't know how much they were originally. If you guys know, let me know. Because now they're like over $100, and I'm just like, did they make them $100? Because I actually, like, back in 2020 when I didn't have any money to get her, I can't remember her name. I can't pronounce her name actually, but her name is Jellington. She's like part of the Cirque du Freak line. I saw her for like $36. And I wish I got her then. I wish I had the money to get her then. I didn't. And then she kind of just vanished off the face of the earth. And now getting her complete is near impossible. Especially for a decent price. Because otherwise she's like $70. I'm like, I just saw her like on 2020 for like 36 in box. What are we doing? But anyway. Next, we're going to talk about 2 dolls in this one. Number 10. There's 2 dolls that I need to get from Rainbow High for me to be like kind of satisfied. Not fully satisfied, but those are like the main ones I was thinking about getting. And number 1 is Mara Pinkett. I'm pretty sure it's Mara Pinkett. Whichever one is part of the like Rainbow Vision, but Shadow High. Shadow Vision? I don't know. Because I have Uma, I have Harley, and I don't have Mara. And I'm going to get Mara. I think I've been waiting for them to go down in price, and that's because I don't like paying full price for the Rainbow High, because they weren't a doll line that I was like intentionally planning on collecting at first, and so I didn't want to pay full price for them. And so most of them, except for one, all of them except for one, I paid like 22 or less for. Whereas Mara, she was like $40, and she never went below $40. She went up. So I would like to get her in my collection, and I would like to get Fantastic Fashion Poppy. I love Fantastic Fashion Poppy. I've never saw her in store, and I never saw her in person. And when she came out in 2023, I barely saw her. Like, I saw her for a quick second. Next thing you know, she vanishes. And then they're like, we're not bringing her back because no one bought her. I'm like, who are you talking about? I never even saw Poppy. And so it's just like, okay. So I would like to get her, but she's now $100+. The only lowest I've seen her was technically 75 out of box. And I'm like, if I have to get her out of box, I'll get her out of box. I would prefer in box, but if I have to get her out of box, I'd get her out of box. But I don't want to spend $100 on her. I just don't. I don't want to do that. It makes my skin crawl, spending that much money on a Rainbow High Playline doll. Now we're going to go into American Girl. American Girl is going to be another one of my long discussions because I have a lot of thoughts. So American Girl, I have like technically like 3 dolls in the current 10 that I have that are like kind of like renters, like doll loans, because I don't know if they'll stay in my collection long term. I don't know if they'll stay in my collection long term. One I might keep because she was the first one I bought, my first American Girl doll. Um, and the other two, I don't know if they'll stay. Again, I don't know if they'll stay in my collection long term. One of them I might end up like rewigging and then giving to my sister, and the other one I might do something with. I don't know if I'll sell her or not. Eventually, I just don't see myself keeping all 3 of them. When I look at my dolls, I'm just like, there's just certain things about them that makes me not want to keep them. I just don't want. I also like. They're all. It's really funny. They're all the classic face mold, and it's not even because they're the classic face mold. Is that just what happens that the 3 that I'm talking about are the classic face molds. I also don't want to have too many of like one face mold when I don't have any of the other face molds. I don't know. I just feel really weird about it, especially when they're all the same skin tone. I want like variety in my line. So the one I want, the classic face mold, another classic face mold I want to get that's not on this list is number 49 because she's like a medium skin tone one. And in a perfect world, I would get a create your own of a darker skin tone classic face mold doll. That's probably 2026 goals, but I don't. The 3 that I'm talking about are classic face molds. So obviously I'm going to be replacing them with 3 different classic face molds. So let's go over them. So not all of the ones on this list we're getting, but number 1, I need an Enid. Kit is Kit, and because she's Kit and not Enid, no matter how many times I look at her, I can never see her as Enid. The first year of owning her, she was nude the whole time, and then I actually started putting clothes on her, and I didn't really like the clothes that I put on her. I just didn't feel like she was Enid the whole time that I've actually been attempting to put clothes on her. So I just like, I'm not feeling that like, this is what they talk about when they mean they aren't bonding with their dolls, because if that's the case, I'm not bonding with Kit. And so Kit is just like, I feel bad because I'm just like, it's Kit. And it's really funny, like, my Wednesday needs a new like wig, but I'm just like, I love her so much. I'm just like, but I just like don't feel, and that's the second doll I got. But like the first one, I'm just like, I meant to get the Wednesday one first, so it's just like, I don't know what it is. So, long story long, I found 3 dolls that actually I feel like would be a good replacement for her. We're gonna go for the worst one to the best one. So the worst one is number 63. Number 63 is basically like Kit, except lighter colored eyes, no freckles, and I think the parting's different, and her hair's like a little bit lighter. And so that's like the worst one. But she has like the bob that Kit and a Kit Enid has. And so the next one is number 22. And there's a certain one that I have in my cart that I'm thinking that may be one of the better options for Enid. And that's So like number 22. And because her hair is like a very light blonde, the one that's in the cart. And because it's a very light blonde, it kind of feels like it matches Enid. And so that's number 2. Number 3, I think, is the best option, and that's probably the one I'm going to end up going for, I think. And that's number 53. I think it's 53. I think when I was looking at it, it was like, is it 53? No, it's 56. But that one with her short curly hair, she still has the freckles, she has the lighter colored eyes, and she has the blonde hair, but it's short and curly, just like Enid. So I feel like that's the better option for Enid, and that's the one I'm probably going to try to get. Next up, we have number 41. 41 has the eyes I wish 21 had. And I think that's why 21's on the list of probably not going to keep long term. Because I wish she had the eyes 41 has. And she doesn't. She has the same eyes that Leah Clark has and number 44 have. And I'm not a big fan of those eyes. I prefer the ones that 41 has. I think they're really pretty. And number 41 reminds me of Heather from How to Train Your Dragon. She's like in the TV show. And so like I was just like, oh my gosh, you kind of remind me of her. And I kind of want her. Someone was talking about her because I was watching American Girl Doll video, and I probably looking at their collection. I was like, that one, she's cute. So that one. And then another one that I saw recently, I saw her, I wasn't even looking for her, like number 61. I feel funny that number 61, number 62, and number 63 are on my list. But number 61, red hair and green eyes. And it's the green eyes I like. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I saw her and I was like, oh my gosh, what's your number? And found out her number and I was like, oh. And she kind of reminds me of this Disney I Love You Forever, like the holiday 3-pack, the redhead one. Because they both have red hair and green eyes. And it's like the same, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that doll too. Not on the wish list, but I do want that doll. And then that last American Girl doll that's on the wish list is number 62. Number 62, I see as my lookalike doll. She's the one I want to be my lookalike doll. Especially like during the time that she was available for purchase. She looked exactly like me. I had my hair straight like her, and I probably had my hair parted in the same way it was parted. Hers is parted. And so I want that doll. I have one in, like, it's so rare for her to pop up on eBay for a reasonable price, because that's like the first time I've ever seen it. I put her in my cart, and then I went today, because I put it in my cart like maybe Thursday. I went in my cart Friday, and she was gone, and I was like, oh, okay. But I would like to get her for my birthday. That's one I'm just like, I want for my birthday. If I don't get it like before, leading up to my birthday, after my birthday, I'm gonna be like I'm gonna be looking on the lookout for her for my birthday. Next, we're going into just back on the regular list. Barbie. Like last year I got Barbie Pegasus. I also got some like little Tommies. And I want to get, I don't remember what movie he is. I think he's Rapunzel. Wedding Rapunzel. Anyway, I want to get a Rapunzel doll. Rapunzel is my favorite Barbie movie, and I don't have her as a doll. There's 2 versions of her as a doll. I don't want to get both versions. Just like one, the black version, and then one, the white version. Doesn't matter which way they put it. I can honestly swap their outfits whenever I want. But I would like to get a Barbie Rapunzel. And obviously, I think I have Stefan, but I would also like to get the movie Stefan. I'm gonna talk about the Living Dead dolls. There's 2 Living Dead dolls that I'm just like they're on the wish list, and that is the Catwoman and Harley Quinn, obviously because Batman. And I wish they made a Batman one. If it was a Batman and Catwoman 2-pack, I missed opportunity. They also made a Joker one. And I was like, you made a Joker one, but you didn't make a Batman one? Okay. Maybe they'll do that this year. Maybe we can ask. Number 14. I want to finish Ever After High. The doll line. I want to get one of each. I have like, there's like, I need to get Nina. I need to get the Good Fairy. I need to get the boy, the blonde boy, and I need to get the bad fairy. I think that's what, I don't know what her name is. I can't remember the names right now. I just remember Nina. But I think those are the 4 I need to get. There may be a 5th one, but I think those are the 4 I need to get. And I just want to get them so I can close that chapter. Then I also like, and no, actually, there's a 5th one. I want to get a Lizzie Hart's, actually 6. Lizzie Hart's, the like first chapter, and I want to get the first chapter of the not gingerbread. In the book, her name is Goody, and they changed her name to Ginger. So I want to get that Ginger, because I think the Ginger I currently have, I kind of want to turn it into like a mini me, since we have like the same skin tone and stuff. So I was just like, oh my god, that'd be a cute mini me for me and Fairy in Ever After High. So I think those are the ones I want to get this year. Just complete the line. I don't want to go into 2026 not completing the line. I mean, it's always possible that I'm not going to, because like I have to feel the urge. And if I don't feel the urge, I'm probably going to go with a different doll and then regret it later. But number 15. I would like to get some superhero dolls. I love superheroes, as you can tell from my t-shirt. There's 2 in particular. There's like DC superhero girls that I would like to get. And also like the Miraculous Ladybug dolls I would like to get. They're not necessarily ones that I need to get all this year, but I do want to have like a superhero doll display at some point in my doll display era. I'm actually changing it out every month. I would like to have the superheroes, like a superhero themed one, and I only have one superhero. Actually, technically I have 2. I have like Harley Quinn, but she's not, so I would like to get some more for that. 16. This video was super long. I talk a lot. Number 16, Kelly's all caps. Kelly's all caps. I don't know if I told you guys, but I have always considered Kelly to be Barbie's kid, and I feel like, and like you guys can say like, no, that's been her sister the whole time, and like, sure. Do I believe it? No. Like, my headcanon is that's her daughter, and the reason why they got rid of her and aged her up to make her sister is because they wanted Barbie to be like ageless. Like, she can't have a kid. She's ageless. She's had 1,000 jobs, but she's ageless. And I'm like, okay. And I think that's my little like probably tinfoil hat thing, where like she has a sister that's this big, and they're so cute. I don't like the Chelsea dolls. I don't like how they look, honestly. To me, they look a little creepy. If you like them, I just think they look a little creepy. And there was like one I saw today when I was like shopping around for like Kelly's, and she looked really scary. And I'm like, ooh, girl, why did they do that to you? But I would like to get some Kellys. I loved Kellys. Those are the little dolls that I would always carry around with me, because I always liked carrying dolls with me when I was a kid. And because they're just like, when you have small hands, it's like a little, you can grip them and you got the whole doll, and just like their little head popping. But I loved the Kellys so much, and I want all of them. They have a Batman and Catwoman one that I need to hurry up and get. Honestly, that's one of the first purchases I probably get for my birthday. But anyway, number 17. I put Twilight as like a placeholder, but I kind of mean like any Barbie movie dolls. Like, they have Divergent dolls. I would like to get Triss and 4. There's probably a couple different versions of Triss. I would like to get any of them. Maybe all of them. It just depends, because I did like those movies. I haven't seen the last one. to the end. But I did enjoy them. But I also like to get the Twilight dolls. Again, these are probably not 2025, all 2025. I'm just yapping at this point. And this list is like, can you afford to get all of them this year? No. I mean, I'm living in Delululand right now. And that's why it's a doll wish list. And we're going to like recap in 2026. How many did you actually get? Did you, like, that's like a reality check. Right now we're in Delululand. 2026 we're going to have a reality check. Like, your list is too long. You can't get all of them. Some of these are also going to roll over onto like 2026. It's fine. I like talking about dolls that I want to get. But I would like to get the Twilight ones. One that's going to be kind of hard to get that my brother also was talking about how he wanted to get, but it's hard to get, is Alice. Alice is hard to get, apparently. And I've seen her nude. Okay, Alice is hard to get. I kind of want to, like, it's not really bragging rights to you guys, but bragging rights I get her before my brother. That would be kind of funny, guys. That would be like the first one to look for. Is like that one. Just like, yeah, I got her. I wanted to do that with like this other doll that he really wanted, and he got her before I could do it. So I was just like, now it's my time. Next, number 18. I have Halloween Barbie because I love like dress up dolls that are in like costumes that are like monsters and stuff. The Halloween Barbies. Also, they have Halloween Kellys. There's one that's like, I think it's a ladybug or like a ladybug, and there's like a bee, and there's like a little witch, and there's so many different Kellys, and there's like the Halloween outfits, and there's like so many like the Barbies. There's one Barbie in particular that I want, and there's like some Kellys, and I just like the Halloween because they don't do Halloween Barbies anymore. I would prefer Halloween Barbies over their holiday Barbies. Because their holiday Barbies aren't like up to the standards of like of old. And so I would prefer you guys did the Halloween. They won't. But we can all dream. Number 19. This one's just like something that I just want to at least continue the collection of. And that is getting Sleeping Beauty dolls. Just adding to the shrine. The shrine must continue. And a goal this year is to get a Philip. I want to get both Philips. The one where he looks like he's upset for some reason. And then the one where he's like, it's the 14th century father. If I want to marry a peasant who has no shoes on in the woods, I will. I want that one too. I want that one because that's the one that I loved the whole like for years. And I want to get the other one just because it's completing the collection. Like to have both. Because I have so many Auroras, I kind of want to have more Philips. And also kind of thinking I could get like another happy-go-lucky Philip and put him in the outfit of the really mad one. Where like the gears are shifting, because I think like one of my least favorite ones, but I still will probably end up getting, I mean in the far future probably, is the 17-inch Philip, just because he doesn't look like Philip, and I love that he has real hair, which is why I want him, but he doesn't even look like Philip. He doesn't look like Philip. I wish they would use that face mold of the happy-go-lucky Philip, blow it up, and then put hair on him. That's what I wish they would do. And I'm just like, why am I the only one who sees this vision? And you guys are making him ugly. Because there's like the Masquerade line from D23 that they did, like the 2-pack of Aurora and Philip. And he has the same face mold that's pissed off. And I'm like, why are you even next to my girl? Go away. Where's the other guy? Anyway. And next, number 20, and the last dolls of the doll wish list. I would like to get some My Little Pony Equestria Girls. I have some of the ones that I'm talking about, but I also would like to get some of the other ones, at least the main 6. But I would also like to get just like, there's some fun looking ones that I want to get, but I just want to like go into like explore the realm of like all the possibilities of dolls And that's just one doll line that I have one of, and it made me want to get more. But I do have like a thing. Like, I would prefer they had their feet, because they have some where they have their feet, and they have some that they have like their shoe as their feet, and I like that's with Bratz, and I've already had to deal with that with Bratz. Um, Give me a break with the Equestria girls. Can we please like have them have fake feet? That's like my big thing about. I mean, the one thing I really don't like about Bratz is that when you like take their shoes off, they're also taking their feet off, so they're walking around on their ankles. And I was just like, because we would lose the doll shoes, or we would just have one. Lose a shoe, and we'd just have one shoe. And so we'd just be irritated that we lost the shoe, so we'd just pop the other one off, and they just walk around on their ankles. And so I just kind of want my dolls to have feet. If at all possible, please have feet. Honestly, I think what you can possibly do is pop these guys' heads off and then put them on like a Monster High body, and then they'd have feet. And so yeah. Now we're gonna go into, I have like 5 items that are like not doll related, but still like in the collector realm. And number 1, I love Batman. I like to get the rest of the Bat family as Funko Pops, so I can line them all up together. Which means I need to get a Batman, a Catwoman, I need to get a Nightwing, I need to get a Jason Todd, I need to get a Tim, I need to get a Damian, I need like Signal, and all of them. I'm not purposely forgetting. If you're like a big Batman fan, I'm not forgetting any of them on purpose. I promise. I'm just like naming all of them off right now. It's just like, ooh, who else am I forgetting? I'm forgetting a bunch of them, but I want to get them all as Funko Pops and line them up. I kind of have this idea to put my Funko Pops up really high on my walls and just have them up higher, and then have my doll shelves lower so I can actually access them, since I don't take my Funko Pops out of the box unless the box is damaged. And so I kind of want to do that. And in order to do that, I need to get the rest of the Bat fam. Next up, I have 3 plushies that I want to get. And so we have Terry and Terry. They were my favorite part about the Monsters University. I didn't really like that movie, but I did like Terry and Terry, so I want them as plush. And I've been wanting them for years. I've been wanting them since that movie came out. And we actually went to the Disney store to get them. Went to the Disney store and I saw them. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't have the money, which is why I didn't get them. But I wish I got them, and because I love Terry and Terry. Next, Samson. And Samson is the horse from Sleeping Beauty. So obviously, because I'm missing 2 plushies for the whole like plushie thing, and that's not including like the prince and the princess, or Maleficent as a human. But I want to get the Maleficent plush when she's a dragon. That's another one I've been wanting to get for years. So like I want to get them, and I want them in my background. Once I get the plushies I'm talking about, I might like redo my plushie like setups, so I can fully display them all together. And the last thing on the list is more DVDs. Like, when the world is going digital, I'm like, no, I'm rejecting it, and I'm getting physical copies. I want to go through like the stuff that I have in my basement, because we have like a library down there. Go through them so I can like bring in more DVDs, because we're trying to get the Batman movies, all like the animated movies and stuff on DVD. We're trying to get like older stuff on DVD. We're trying to get some of the new stuff on DVD, and we're going physical copy. I prefer physical copies and stuff. I prefer CDs over like streaming services. I prefer all of that, and so I'd rather have physical copies. And I'm not going to go into conspiracy theory or not, but I feel like they're trying to erase it, because like, let me go go down a little rabbit hole for you for a second. Like, there are movies that are on streaming services that are never going to be released on DVD, and it's because if we put it on DVD, we're not gonna. Yeah, but if you continue making good stuff that people actually wanted to watch, people would still have it. I like having the DVDs, not because it's a physical copy, but because of the special features where you can listen to them talk about the movie. And when you have it on a streaming service, you're never gonna get that. And I'm looking at you, Netflix number, like, you're like in the hot seat right now. Um, Disney's always in the hot seat, and Mattel's always in the hot seat. Like, now it's Netflix's turn. Get in the hot seat, because I really want Enola Holmes 1 and 2 on DVD, and I was scrounging the internet for them, and they don't exist. And I'm just like, I really wish they would put them on DVD, but they're not going to. And then, like, the third one, I'm pretty sure they're getting a third. She's getting a third one. I hope she's getting a third one. And so that I'm like, when are we gonna put it? And then, like, Bridgerton. And I only want season 2 on DVD. I want season 2 on DVD. Will they do that for me? No, they won't, because they're like, if we give you that on DVD, you would leave. And I'm like, no, because you guys still made a ton of money on all the Bridgerton merch. You slapped it on every Bridgerton book that came out after you guys said you're going to make the movies. You guys are being dramatic. Just make good stuff and then make merch to go with it to help pay for this. You guys aren't using your, like, capitalistic brains right. I'm sorry. Anyway, I could go on a tangent for that, like, ever. I just wish, like, they would have them on DVD. So I'm just like, if my sister, because my sister always talks about getting rid of streaming services and stuff, and I'm like, oh, and then TV shows. A lot of them aren't getting DVDs. Up until, like, season 8 of Lego Ninjago has a DVD, so the rest of the seasons don't have DVDs. So I'm just like, what do I do when, like, I run out? Like, if she gets rid of Netflix, so the rest of the DVD of them, like, to watch are on Netflix. And if you buy them from, like, Prime, guess what? If they're like, hey, we don't want this anymore, we're gonna get rid of it, and you bought it, but you don't have it. You don't really have it. I'm going down a whole thing, but I just need to get DVDs, and I'm just gonna have to get the first 8 seasons of Lego Ninjago, and then call it a day. I wish Lego would put them on DVD though. For me, I'd buy them. I'd buy them full price. I would. And if you made a box set and you made it $100, I'd buy it. I would buy it. And if you put the other, like, Lego shows on DVD, I'd buy it too. I think they had a bunch of Lego movies, like Marvel, and they have, like, The Flash, of Batman. They have a bunch of movies that are, like, DVDs. Guys, just give me Lego Ninjago on DVD. I promise I'll buy it. I'll buy it immediately. Just, like, let me know when they come out, because, like, the show is done. They also had, like, another show. I'm sorry. I'm really going down this rabbit hole. I feel very passionate about Lego Ninjago, and I wish it was on DVD, and I'm making a whole thing about it. So I'm gonna let you go, but I do wish they were on DVD, and I would buy them if they were. And that's what's on the wish list, to get the Lego Ninjago, because I already have Dragons on DVD, all the seasons. I just need to get actually I have all the, like, the Netflix show on DVD. I need to get the older ones on DVD. But that's, like, the goals and wish list for 2025. Sorry, this video was really long, but again, I like chatting about dolls, and I go off topic because my brain is not neurotypical, and so I am just, like, all over the place. And it's also, like, late at night. It's like 2:21 right now, and so the brain is braining right now. It's too much brain, because I'm like, I'm, like, not overstimulated. I got a nap. I'm ready to go. And now it's almost 2:30 in the morning, and I'm, like, bouncing around just chatting. So I'll let you go. I hope you enjoyed today's video. What dolls are on your wish list? Let me know. I'm very curious. Maybe I'll add it to mine. I'm if it's a different doll brand, I'm very interested in, like, other doll brands. I'm trying, as you can see from my doll wish list, I'm trying to branch out into other dolls, because I'm interested in other ones, and especially if I can get it secondhand, I'm very interested in seeing, like, other ones. So if you have any that I should be looking at, let me know. But I'll let you go. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!